Hey guys, so I am in my office and I have a quick break, and by now all we've been hearing about is stimulus checks, stimulus checks, stimulus checks. And I actually did a video on this last week. I'll pin it down below. But as stimulus checks are getting closer and closer, some people already have theirs, or you can see them pending in your accounts. Scams typically come out around this time, or scams are always out, but they are definitely more prevalent during this time. And they really target people with disabilities, they target college students, they target our elderly population. And I wanted to talk about some ways that you can avoid scams and not have your stimulus check stolen from you, basically. But before I get started, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. So last week I actually was talking to someone and they were telling me how someone who they thought was a friend was basically just trying to use them to get money out of them, and they were just really trying all of these different tactics they could to make them feel comfortable, to make them give them their information. Thank God this person did not fall for it. But right now is a time where a lot of people are, and in more particular, people with disabilities and college students and the elderly, like I said earlier, right now is a time where a lot of people can be taken advantage of on the promise of being able to maximize their stimulus check even more. But those are things that you really want to stay away from. They never end good. And I'm going to tell you about a few ways that you can know that someone is trying to use you for money, or in more particular, that someone is trying to get your stimulus check. First things first, if it sounds too good to be true, then it is. So this typically looks like a way that you can make quick money, really easy, really fast, maybe through Cash App. So I know a lot of people are using Cash App to scam people out of thousands of dollars. So you may hear something like, give me, like a quick 20 bucks. You can triple your money. You can make $60. You can make $100, so on and so forth. Okay, if somebody is trying to get you to send them money via Cash App, especially if you have never even seen the person, it's a scam. Don't do it. Whichever way that they use to contact you, you need to make sure that you block them, and then that you report them. So if it happens on social media, make sure that you report their page. But most importantly, you don't want to fall into that trap. Ask yourself, if it was so easy, if people could make so much money, don't you think we all would be doing that? I wouldn't be here right now. Nobody would be in their office right now. They'd be out making all this easy, fast money on Cash App, okay? It's not true. It's a ruse. Don't fall for it. So when you're dealing with someone, who's trying to get money out of you, you want to be aware of some of the characteristics that you may see in that person. They may be pushy. They may, try to show you all of the good characteristics of this amazing, way to make money. But they can't really answer your direct question, so they're evasive. So you ask them something, but they kind of back up a little, and they kind of go back to, to all of the money that you can make, to all of the good things about whatever plan that they're trying to sell you, and you will most likely feel like a little uncomfortable. So if you have that little uncomfortable feeling, like in the pit of your stomach, right at the top of your throat, then that's your intuition, that's your body, your mind telling you that something is wrong, and you need to listen to it. So don't be swayed by somebody who's really pushy and who's trying to get information out of you, who's trying to make you do something that you don't want to do. You want to back up and use whatever tactic that you can to get out of that situation, which I'll talk about more of that later. So another popular thing that typically comes out around the time that people are getting stimulus money are the multi-level marketing opportunities. Okay, so basically multi-level marketing, if you don't know, it involves a team of people. Typically there's one person at the top, there's all of these other people at the bottom who are doing the groundwork, and the person at the top really benefits the most. So it's basically like a pyramid scheme. Now I know some people say all of them may not be like that, but a lot of them have that characteristic. So if you are coming into contact with someone who's trying to get you to be on their team, or to come come and get this great opportunity where you can, work for yourself, you want to ask yourself, number one, have I read into all of the information to see what is this opportunity, to see how much money that I would even be making? And then most importantly, do I have to give any of my stimulus money? If you do, then I would recommend that you get away from that fast, okay? So just be aware of all of these team opportunities, ways that you can be a business owner. If that's not something that you know that you don't want to pursue, or you know that you're not even good at, you're not good at selling things, then don't get caught up in someone, just trying to make more money off of you because they know that you have some extra money lying around. So here is one of the most popular things that people like to do around this time, around the time that people are getting extra money, and that is what I like to call the sob story. So you may notice this online, or maybe you have a personal family member or friend that whenever extra money comes out, like stimulus money, or maybe it's just your regular paycheck, you're noticing that they all of a sudden have this terrible story about how they lost XYZ and they need this amount of money to, go and buy this or buy that. But it only happens when extra money comes out, right? You want to make sure that you're using your reasoning skills to make sure that you're not being taken advantage of by individuals who like to use a sob story to get money out of you. Now, things do actually come up for some people, but every single time I'm getting extra money and you all of a sudden need something, that's not fair to you, and that person has some other issues that they may need to work on outside of you. So you want to make sure that you are aware of the sob stories and you don't fall into the trap. Now, of course, there's always the Facebook, the Instagram, whatever social media site you use, scams as well. And I remember seeing a very popular one. There's like this little hexagon, and you got to bring two people in, and then you get $200, and then they bring two people in, and then you get $400. Guys, please do not fall into that. Number one, you're really just gambling, okay? You're really just giving your money away, because it's going to happen where somebody can't get two people to come in, and where does that leave you? Okay, so yeah, I know a lot of people on your timeline, maybe saying, come on, get into my square or hexagon or whatever that thing is called. You want to stay away from that, okay? Why do these things always come up around tax time or around stimulus check time? It's because they know people have money, and some people may be trying to maximize their money or to get even more than they have. You don't want to be greedy, and most importantly, you want to be smart. So stay away from any social media scheme or game, that's telling you, oh, just bring this person on in and you can make this amount of money. Guys, while your friend may have made $200, that doesn't mean that you're going to make it. So please stay away from those things. They're all a scam, and it typically ends in arguments, crying, and embarrassment, and Facebook Lives. You just want to stay away from that, okay? So how can you avoid being scammed? Number one, you want to make sure that you surround yourself with people who have morals, who have integrity, and people who make good decisions, okay? So that way that you don't have to worry about, being trapped into a situation that you don't want to be involved in, especially regarding money. You also, sometimes, we come into contact with other people who were once friends of ours, okay, who we may be more trusting of. If that person, is kind of giving you the signs that, this may be a scam, I think they want my stimulus money, use the good old avoidance skills. Act like someone's calling you on the phone. Oh, I actually just remembered that I have to run by the store and pick up this for my mom. Do whatever you can do to get out of there. Make it up. It's perfectly fine when somebody's wasting your time or when they're trying to get something out of you. So you want to make sure that you have a set of avoidance skills that you can use and that you're good at using, okay? And you want to remember, you got to be quick. So don't even sit there and let them give you the whole story, give you the whole spiel. Once you start seeing those red flags, get out of there quick. Alright guys, so I hope this video was helpful for you. Drop down in the comments and let me know, have you ever been scammed, regarding stimulus money or any type of money that you may have received? Do you typically see a lot of scams around this time? What are the most popular ones that you are seeing so that we can alert other people? I'll be back this weekend for another adult daily living skills video, and I'll be sure to update my blog, dukeanddatesdisability.org. Be sure to check me out over there. And I'll see you later. Bye.